The story that will stick with me the most from 2024 would have to be my trip to Avery County in western North Carolina after Hurricane Helene hit. I didn't know what to expect because I've never reported on a natural disaster like that before, but not only were the people there incredibly kind, I was really struck by how determined they were to stay in Avery County. Even though they didn't have homes, they didn't have running water, they didn't have electricity, they were facing these seemingly insurmountable challenges, but they so loved the mountain community where they'd grown up, they were determined to stay no matter what, and that is something I will never forget.
One of my most significant stories of 2024 explored accusations of excessive force, wrongful arrest, and improper searches by Raleigh police. The stories outlined 16 settlements with 46 people. The payouts totaled $4.3 million. Not only did the stories report unreported settlements, but I learned so much during the process, I went on to report on other accusations of excessive force by officers across the state who are using tasers.
So the story that will stick with me most from 2024 is about possibly the most popular piece of technology to ever come out of the Triangle, which is the video game Fortnite from the Cary video game company Epic Games. For this series, I went back speaking to former employees from 2011 when this idea of a game began in a employee's sketchbook, and it grew and developed and stalled and morphed and evolved until it was released and became the most popular game for a time on the planet. And it completely changed this local company, Epic Games, and it completely changed the industry, and the ripple effects are still being impacted today. Plus, our graphics team made the story visually look like no other story I think any other journalist have produced this year, which I think was really neat.
One of the most memorable images I shot this year was after NC State defeated UNC to win the ACC championship. 5 games, 5 days. And I think I was more nervous near the end of that game than I've ever been near an end of a game, because this was like, if you missed the picture, I mean, it's been since 1987 since this has happened before. And fortunately for me, which is really out of the corner of my eye, I see Coach Keats sort of celebrating and then turning, and I lock on him, and I keep the lock on him, and then out of this nowhere comes DJ Burns, and they embraced in a big bear hug and had the sort of emotion that the day really brought. When I watch replays, it happened for just an instant, but it all, like in many great photos, everything had to come together to make the picture, and that one is one that worked, I think.